Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I have come up with one more logic building problem, and the problem is we will be given a number and we are supposed to identify one single digit that can be removed in order to make the given number a palindrome. So I'm not going to explain again what a palindrome is. I hope all of you know that. So whatever the given number, if it is reversed, if it is going to form the same number, we say that the given number is a palindrome. So let me first explain you the different test cases I have taken here, and then I'm going to run my code and show you how all these test cases are getting passed and what is the minimal change that is required to be done in my code in order to get it passed in the same logic building exercise whatever you are going to do it in the server. So here I have taken 4 test cases. Let me first explain one after the other, and then I'll run the code and explain you. So here the given input is 12332, and the input can be of any length of digits, and it will be given in long or int. It depends on the company problem. Whatever the type that is given, according to that particular type, you need to return the output. Here, whatever the examples I have taken are integers, and here if you observe in this 12332, if we remove digit 1, then the remaining number is a palindrome. That's the reason output being returned 1. Coming to the second test case, in this 251532, the digit that is to be removed to make the number palindrome is 3. So if I remove 3, then the number is going to become 25152, which is going to be a palindrome. And observe the third test case. Suppose if the given number is already a palindrome, then we need to return -1, because if the given number itself is already in palindrome, then we are not supposed to remove any digit from it, so we need to return -1. And the last case, 101014, in this if we remove digit 4, then the number becomes palindrome. So I've just taken 4 different test cases to just make you understand what if the digit to be removed is at the beginning, if it is at the end, if it is in middle, if it is already a palindrome. So that's why I have picked up these 4 test cases. So now let me run my code and then explain how I have implemented this code. So here I run. I'm giving the first test case. So here you can see I have given the input 12332 and it returned 1. So 1 is the digit that is to be removed. Now let me give the second test case. So here the number which I gave is 251532. So the digit to be removed is 3 to make it a palindrome. Now let me give the third test case. So I'm going to give a palindrome itself. So here you can see it is returning -1 because it's already palindrome. There's no digit to be removed. Now let me give the last test case. So the digit that is to be removed from this number is 4 in order to make it a palindrome. So this is how all the test cases are getting passed. I have even run it in the server also. So I got to execute all the test cases. Now very quickly I'll explain my code. So I've been mentioning in my last videos also. So this input you are not going to read it. It will be provided as argument in the function. So you just need to start writing your code from here onwards. And here what I am doing is I have just taken this particular while block in order to count the number of digits that are there in the given number, because the given number is going to be an integer or long, whatever it is. So in order to find its length, I have taken this particular while block, and if you are interested you can just convert the given integer to string and then find its length it's up to you. Whatever the format you like, you can just go ahead with that. But I have just used this while block in order to find the number of digits in the given number. And then here, what I have done is I am taking two arrays, one with respect to the size of the number. That means how many digits that are there in the given number. For that, I am creating this array A, and array B I am creating with one less than the total number of digits, because I am going to remove one of the digit now. That's why I have taken this array B with one less than the total number of digits in the given number. And then this is a temporary variable, L equal to C assignment. So whatever the number of digits that are there in the given number, that I am also copying into a variable L. And then again, since I am going to make modifications to the original number, once again I am reading the given input to variable n. I'm just assigning the given input value to variable n. Now, what I'm doing is I've just created the arrays now. So I'm copying all the digits to array so that I can extract one by one digit. So this particular block, I'm just moving digit by digit into the array. And then this, I'm just calling the check palindrome function by passing the array and the length of the array. I'm just passing the array and the length of the array as arguments. And this particular flag, if I'm going to get it 1, that indicates it's already a palindrome. So that's why here I have just written if flag equal to 1, I'm just displaying it. So again, I need not tell. So in the company exam, what you will be doing is you will just replace this system.out.println with return, because there you are supposed to return to the server. There you are not going to execute it on your local machine. So you will just replace this system.out.println with return statement. So the point is, I'm just checking if the given number is already a palindrome, I'm going to directly return -1. Otherwise, here I'm writing the remaining code. So here you can see I'm running the loop for the number of digits, whatever the size is there now. So the number of digits times I'm running this loop. And then here you can see what I'm doing. I've taken another loop, and then I'm checking one by one digit position. So B array I have taken with one size less than the total number of digits now. So I'm checking this condition if j not equal to I. That means apart from that one single digit which I am pointing, that is my I is pointing. So except that, I'm just copying remaining digits to this particular B array. Suppose if, let me take this example, 101014 is there. So in that, first I am excluding 1 and I'm copying the remaining digits. First I am excluding 1 and copying the remaining digits, so that I am going to check once again whether by excluding that particular digit, if it is a palindrome or not. That's what this particular code includes. So I am just checking by moving all the digits except one single digit one at a time, and then once again I'm running my check palindrome function on B array. And then if that particular check palindrome returns 1, then I got to understand what is that one single digit. So I'm just returning that particular thing. Again the same thing, you just replace this system.out.println by return. And one more point, since I'm running this application on my desktop, I'm writing system.out.println and break. But in company's exam, you can't have return statement followed by a break, because unreachable code again will throw you an error. So when you are replacing, replace this system.out.println with return, and remove this break statement when you are running on the company server. So this is what, and then I need not explain my check palindrome function, because everyone know how to check palindrome. So this is what my check palindrome function is. So I've just taken the array, and then I'm running the array from reverse, and I'm copying all the digits from reverse to another array, and I'm checking whether each and every digit in both the arrays are same, because one of the array containing all the digits in forward direction, the other array is containing all the digits in reverse direction. So I'm just checking one by one digit at a time, and then if this particular t variable I have taken for flag, and if this t is 1, that indicates it is a palindrome, and then I'm just returning this flag equal to 1. So this is what my code in order to check whether the given number is a palindrome. If so, I'm returning -1. If not, I'm trying to identify the one single digit that is to be removed in order to make the given number a palindrome. I hope you got to understand this particular code for identifying the digit that is to be removed to make the given number a palindrome. So if you find my code too lengthy, you can further optimize it and you can post it in the comment section. That can be helpful for other fellow students. That's it from my end. I'll be coming up with one more logic building problem in next video. Thanks for watching.